Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, The Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is. Welcome.
Good morning, great people. I'm here. Time got the best of me. Thought I had more time and was taking care of some things that I have to do right after the show. But here we are. So let's groove on in. I got to get you in and get you out this morning because I got some places to be. All right. Good morning, Latasha. Good morning, Auntie Richetta. Y'all get your groove on real quick. Come on. How you do it? Here is the internet again. That's all right. I'm a groove on. Great everything, everyone. Happy Saturday, Miss Brenda Davis said. The weather is a little iffy, y'all, so we ain't gonna commit it already. So I'm gonna rebuke that spirit. That's not the one for us. All right, let's get this party started. Daily motivations for African American success. Why do we come here? Or have we been coming here? Right? For all this time. What is it about? Daily motivations for African American success. What are we doing with this barbecue? So we've been journaling through Dennis Kimbro's book, Daily Motivations for African American Success. And this is Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment, your own gifts, to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, but also when to say no, and when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Distinguished and celebrated African Americans such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Edelman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby. Throw of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year, but what it teaches will last a lifetime. Prize says that each affirmation is in this valuable and thought-provoking book for contemplation. And again, that is by or from Black Enterprise. So let me get our banners out this morning. I'm going to go ahead and get as much of it as I can. On technology, come on. All right, here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get the quote out for us as well before I start to read. So we're at day 241 and it is titled Boomerang. Boomerang, you guys. So our quote: of all the qualities necessary for success, none comes before character. I'm going to read it again. Of all the qualities, none comes before character. All right. A young woman preparing to enter to buy food. She stopped at the meat counter and asked the butcher for a large chicken. He reached down into the cold storage compartment and he placed it on the scale. "This one weighs 4 pounds, ma'am," he said. "I'm not sure that will be enough. Bigger?" The attendant put the chicken back into the compartment, pretended to search through the melting ice for another one, and then brought out the same, discreetly pushing his hand gently on the scale. "Ah," he said with a smile, "this one weighs 6 pounds." The lady, "I'm still not sure that's enough," said the lady. "I'll tell you what, wrap them both up. I'll take them both," she says. "Wrap them both up." The dishonest person is his own worst enemy. And he is, in the end, his own victim. Read it again. The dishonest person is his own worst victim. When a person does something dishonest, he is essentially tossing a boomerang. How far it will travel, no one knows. Only time will tell how great or how small a circle it will traverse. But eventually, it will come back swift and unseen to the person who released it. The same principle holds true when a person conducts himself in an honest and forthright fashion. Good results from good acts are just as certain as bad results from bad acts. Each act is an unfailing boomerang. And our affirmation for today: honesty pays. This may be the quickest way to build your future. Honesty pays. This may be the quickest way to build your future. All right, let me see who we got in here. Big Mike says, "Good morning, everyone." Y'all let me know because I think I saw a few times where it seems like I froze. Did you hear the story, all of it? Did it let me through this morning? Just somebody say, yep, nope. All right, so I'll know if I need to kind of go through the hot spots of the story. So I'm going to break this down for you. Character, you guys, is my thing. Y'all know the book also talks about character, as it mentions, if there's anything that can reverse the fortunes of race, it is character, right? It is character. And we talk about that a lot, you guys. That's why we're really here, is to build character, right? To bring you away from the things that have, because the things that you don't grow through will cause you to operate and live outside of character, of your true character, right? And so that's why it's best that we grow through things. Count it all joy when you are tested. Every situation that happens in your life, I believe it's happening to aid you, guide you in building character, spiritual character, right? Spiritual character, because what you put out is what you get back. And I love here where it talks about it will come, but eventually it will come back swift and unseen, right? Unseen to the person, to the eyes, and to the person who released it in the air to someone else. Now, I like to hear more about this story, because what did the guy do? Because now the lady has asked for both turkeys or chickens where he only had one. So would he pretend to wrap two up so that he can get her out of the store and not have to face his lie, his boomerang, right then and right there? Because his boomerang came back swift Swift. She says, oh no, give me both of them when there was only one, right? So it's important to always, it's like the character is, and I've said this, character is the internal regulator that helps us be in control of our thoughts, or to take control of them. Because sometimes you're not always able to be in control of the thought coming to you. But you can certainly take that thought captive and measure it according to your true goals, your purpose for your life. Is this the right thing to do? Would I want it done to me? And if not you, your child, your mother, your family, someone that you love. You know, we used to have this thing, the bracelet going around, and hardly ever hear about it anymore. Because why? Because everything is a thing. It's just a thing for us. Remember the bracelets? What would Jesus do? Remember how caught up we got into that? But what has he been doing? What did he do before the bracelet? And were you even concerned before the bracelet of what would Jesus do? Were you concerned when you wore the bracelet? Or was it just the fashion? Was it something that you just got caught up in again? Right? Because you ought to know, have known what he would do before the bracelet came about, and ought to have been doing it, right? There's never a right time to do the wrong thing, ever. Now, what do you guys think that this guy did when she says, "Oh no"? Sorry, not sorry, y'all. I need this coffee this morning. Oh no, I'll take both of them. What did he do? What do we do when we get caught in our lies? And we've all told them. We've all told them. Sometimes you'll lie so quick. And why? There's always a reason. There's some gain that we are looking to get and feel that we need. And the greatest lies we tell are the ones that we tell ourselves. The greatest fights or the battles that we fight is the one with self. The toggle and the struggle with becoming or staying where you are. And sometimes we get so caught up and afraid of change that we will accept where we are, even if it's not where we want to be and or is good for us. We will accept where we are. And oftentimes blame it on someone else. Where you are, who you are, is all on you. That was one of the hardest things I had to come to grips with. You can blame it on mama them, daddy them, grandmama them, generational cursing them, right? I'm creating some words. You could blame it on anybody and anything you want. But at the end of the day, you're making a choice to blame them. So you can make a choice to free them and say, I'm going to live my life. And if our ancestors, if Frederick Douglass can say, you can have my body, but my mind belongs to me. You cannot tell me what to think. You cannot tell me what to do, right? You cannot teach me to lie to myself and believe it as the truth. Because see, the first person you got to see is yourself. You can't see me if you don't see you in an honest manner. If you're lying to yourself, you're lying to me. If you don't see yourself in the greatness, the powerful, spiritual body that you are, then you will never really see me. I don't care how much character I have, you will beat it down. You will find a way to make my greatness something other than what it is. Because you don't see your greatness. You don't have the character, right? When you build character, right, you are helping to build a nation. This book tells us, as best I can read it, so I may have to try to remember, every thought which enters our mind, every word we utter, and every performance, I think it says, makes its impression on our being every fiber of our being, I think it says. So everything you do, say, think, right, makes an impression on the very fiber of your being. So if you're speaking lies to yourself and to others, it's becoming you, right? It's a becoming of you. It's a becoming of your being, right? Every action. We know how our mind plays. Y'all remember that song? My mind's playing tricks on me, or your mind's. Don't let your mind play a trick on you. Pimping wearing you, or you wearing the pimping. Life wearing you, or you wearing life. Life doing you, or you doing life. Because you were created for greatness. What was the one we had? Chance of a lifetime. You were born with it. You were born with the most powerful chance of a lifetime. And that quote said, we've already won. What were the chances of us making it beyond slavery? And we didn't go through it, right? In this sense, we didn't go through it. I'm reminded of a time where my spiritual mom sat across from her, and this hasn't been very long ago. And in reality, I should have known this based on her age and the time for slavery, that she went through the things that I only read about. And Lord knows my grandmother, who was much older, right? The things that they went through, but they kept the faith. They endured. They were entire, wanting nothing because they kept their minds on God. They trusted God to meet their needs. They didn't want anything much outside of their needs. See, they didn't care what the car looked like, how much it cost. They just cared that they were thankful that they had one. And I tell you, to get to work, and I'm going to say it the other way, get to church and to work. Because work wouldn't have interfered with church. So I said church first. They believed and had faith. Y'all, if they didn't, they wouldn't have gotten through, right? They had faith of more than a mustard seed. They had a relationship with God, right? And that relationship and faith with God allowed me as a little girl to see Grandma Beatrice sit on the front row of Mine Era Holiness Church, right? At her son's funeral and praise God. And I remember being a little girl thinking, how my grandmother's not crying. But don't y'all know that was also building me in that season? I might not have truly understood it, right? And by sure, and I hate that we even have to say this, and I'm going to stop saying it. We always feel like we got to say, not perfect people for sure. We already know that. So let's toss that out. Let's say that we're being made perfect in his strength, that he's building our character, molding us, shaping us, creating us for more greatness, putting light in us, putting character in us, so that when the woman comes up to the counter, we can say, ma'am, I'm sorry, but this is all I have. Can I get you something else to add to this? But this is all I have, right? Y'all remember the story that for some of you who heard it here, we shared a story with you about if someone bumps into you and you have coffee in your cup, someone bumps into you and you spill your coffee and you're asked, why did you spill your coffee? And you said, because someone bumped into me. And the story says, no, you spilled coffee because you had coffee in your cup. If you had tea in your cup, you would have spilled tea. OJ, the same. So when life happens to you, when you're face to face with something or someone who, and this lady wasn't really challenging him. This was one of them, those kind of lies where you just kind of lie and then later be like, why did I even feel the need to lie about that? Right? What gain was I seeking? What was I trying to hide? Right? So why? So whatever's in your cup, whatever's inside of you, when life comes about you or for you, when you're in a season, That's what comes out. If it's bitterness, anger, fear, whatever it may be, that's interrupting the character that God has placed in you and trying to get you to see and live and become, right? For his glory, for his kingdom. So why do we tell the little lies? Because there's a reason. There's a reason. So I'm going to break it on down and get on out of here, y'all. We're going to feed the ducks so I can go do what I have to do here. Boomerang, right? I'm going to start right here. Boomerang. And our quote, of all the qualities necessary for success, none comes before character, y'all. Character is that internal regulator, right? That temperature that helps regulate the temperatures, like the AC, right? The thermostat. If it goes out, we'll quickly fix it. But what if ours goes out? What if it has gone out inside of us? Are you willing to fix it? Do you know who to call? Do you know who to call to fix it? Do you know who to go before in meditation and prayer and seek his face in order to fix it? What's your character? What legacy, if you left this world today, what legacy about your character? What would they say about your character? Probably what they say about everybody, because anytime you die, you were the greatest person in the world. No matter how bad they didn't felt about you before or didn't like you, bad they talked about you the day before. When you die, you the best. You the best thing since baked sliced bread, fresh out of the oven, right? So we know how that goes. So I'll take that one back. But of all the qualities necessary for success, because to the degree you build your inward man would be to the degree you will successfully succeed. To the degree you try to build your outer world with the things, right? With the things and sometimes with the people will be to the degree that you will fail. And that's why you get caught up in the shiny new object syndrome, always seeking something more outside of you. And that is not a building of character. So our affirmation, honesty pays. Always, you guys, honesty pays. This may be the quickest way to build your future. So let's start there today. Choose to take those thoughts captive. Monitor your actions and your deeds, right? Because they are creating and building and forming every fiber of your being. Every fiber of your being. And, we just want to get there and we want to be. But there's work in becoming. There's change in becoming. There's transformation that is in the becoming, no matter how you look at it. I'm going to look for one more thing that I just was reminded that I had pulled up for you guys. 3 of the most important characteristics include being honest with yourself, being real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Let people should know what to expect from you. Because you're whatever that is, just be real with it, right? And being willing to change. You have to see a need for the change in order to be willing to change. Because what Brandon says, what we don't reveal does not heal. If we don't reveal it, we don't even see it as a thing that needs to be healing. So reveal yourself to you today. Are you honest? What's your character like? Right? When's the last time you told a lie? And why? And to who? Right? So let's feed these ducks on out of here, y'all. All right, short and sweet, right? You ready? I'm thankful that God kept the rain away this morning because Brandon and I have to get out and go do a setup. We're on our way now. Make it happen. Get on back in here. Y'all looking for something to do today. I won't be here. just for a little bit this morning, getting it set up. But the water festival, Hernando, is going on today. Come out and sign up to get those windows assessed. One of our workers will be out there, or get you a free consultation to look at those windows. Windows matter, you guys. Keep it up. Feed your character. That's a good one. Feed your character. The number one ingredient is the relationship. I say with God, but I'm going to say with yourself. You don't like when you do like with the dance. All right. Be great people. And as Miss Brenda said yesterday, Miss Brenda, I had to get that song out of my head yesterday. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. Be free today, God. Go feed your character.